Thanks for stopping back by Wild Bird Creative. I'm doing a quick card today for a friend. Just wanted to make her something funny and drop it in the mail tomorrow. All I've done is just take a long piece of mixed media paper and folded it in half. Nothing fancy. Then I have a sheet from a calculus book, which this in my mind is the most useful way to put calculus to work. And I'm just going to get this stuck down here. Just get a nice layer of smooth glue stick down. Make sure I've got it to the corners. And I just pre-cut this. You don't need to see me trimming things. You already know how to use scissors, I would expect. And I'll just use my brayer just to really get it stuck down there. Now the next thing I'm going to do is use some brilliant green and just add a little bit of color to this. And I'm just going to put it, as always, onto my foam plate. But what I'm going to do is use my palette knife and just kind of skim across. And I'm going to come as close to the edge as I can. And I'm doing a very light coat. I don't want to be stuck waiting for this to dry. So let me just bring that up to the edge. And there's no right or wrong to this. Okay, there we go. Let me grab just a sheet of deli paper to put down in case there is any mess there. Set everything aside. Give that just a second to dry. It doesn't have to be perfectly dry, but a little bit drier than this. Which even then, it doesn't matter because I'm going to use a blue which would blend beautifully. So the next thing I'm going to do is just get my cerulean blue. But this time I will use a sponge, and this particular 6x6 is the sparkle stencil from Sean Petit, but when you turn it sideways it makes wonderful ripples. And I'm just going to come in and just work my way around. There we go. You can see that I'm getting a nice bit of the green still showing through. And I'm just going to lightly cover it. Not all the way. I don't want to lose everything. But I do want some contrast. This is a little bit messy because I'm trying to hold it down in different spots. Pick it up and see how things look. Decide where I want some more. But you can see that it's giving a nice watery effect. You could do this with 2 colors of blue. You could do it with different shades of green. It really depends on the look you're going for. There we go. Put a little more up here to darken that corner a bit. But there, I am happy with that. And then what I'm going to do is flip the stencil the other way. My darker blue. This is also cerulean, but it's just a shade darker. Different companies, same color name. And what I'm going to do is just shift this around a little bit, and I'm going to come in very, very lightly and just add just some extra detail. There we go. I've got a nice watery effect going on. There we go. Perfect. Let me set this aside. I'll use this at the end to decorate some pages for future use. Put my paints to the side. So here it is. It's kind of a nice watercolory effect. You kind of have the text in the back looking like seaweed, seagrass, kelp, lake grass. And this is just a fish. I believe I got it from the site The Graphics Fairy. That seems to stick out in my mind. Okay, and let's just put the tail on the other side. So he's coming and going. And I like it. He's got a little quizzical look on his face. And then I'm going to bring this back in. My old stencil here. Let me wipe off that a little bit. There we go. And all I want to do is just add a tiny bit of detail using the lighter blue. Not very much, but just a little bit over the top of the fish. Just so that he pushes back into the image a little bit. Up here too, I think. My fingers are sticking a little bit to the stencil, but that's okay. That's okay. So there we go. He's pushed back just a little bit. Not a lot. I don't want him obscured. I want his little quirkiness to really show up. And I want to give him some bubbles. So I've got this rubber stamp that I honestly don't know where I got it. I've had it for a while. I've used it on different things. It's just a fun bit of detail, but it does have these great potential bubbles. So I'm going to use my Moonlight Duo stamp, and let's see, just add, they really didn't show up, probably because the stamp is a little bit grimy. That's okay. Let's try just some handy dandy white paint. When in doubt, go with paint. I can easily pick up what I need with another palette knife, and all I'll do is just bring it across. This actually works better because I can really see where I have put the paint. There we go. Just some bubbles. When it dries, I'm going to outline them a little bit. I could use a marker. I could use a nifty gel pen, but I've got to let it dry. So I'm going to pause the tape and hit this with my dryer, and I'll be right back. Okay, it is dry, and I'm just going to come in and really just on one side of these little bubbles am I going to add this gel pen, which has a little bit of glitter to it. Let's see if I got them all. There's one there. There's one there. Oh, and there's one there. Did I get? No, I still missed one. There. Get them right in. And then for the final thing, I've got just this little snippet of text, just keep swimming. I already have a little leftover envelope that this will fit in. And I'll put that right there. And there we go, just a quick fun card. Took me no time at all, really. I already had the photocopy, a quick background, page from a book, some text, and some quick bubbles for the little fish. I hope that you'll make a card, drop it in the mail to a friend. I love getting snail mail still. I think it's one of the few delights that we have in our mailboxes now, since we generally just get junk mail after junk mail after junk mail, all of which goes in the recycling bin. So make a card, send a card, drop a quick note to a friend. Doesn't even have to be a birthday. Just tell them you're thinking of them. I hope that you had a great time, that you will get your supplies out, and thank you for stopping by Wild Bird Creative.